Alice's favorite vase.
She always says don't play ball in the house.
Pork chops and applesauce. That's swell.
Marcia, Marcia, Marcia. Hey, you guys. Oh, my nose!
Welcome to Here's the Story, a Brady Bunch podcast. Hey, I'm not going to tear this thing apart. It's my favorite show. We may be on episode 4, but we have a lot of firsts with this episode called Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore. The opening shot is the first time we see a blue 1967 Oldsmobile Tornado driving past the Brady house, an opening or transition scene that will be reused in many episodes to come. It's also the first time we see that famous Brady bathroom that would be the setting of many iconic scenes the Bradys will have throughout the series. The only bathroom for 6 children, and it didn't even have a toilet. It's also the first time we see Alice's room and a glimpse of the laundry room, and it's the first time we see Mike at his place of work. The boys are used to coming to Alice with all of their problems, but she notices that their new mom feels left out, so she starts sending the boys, and their father as well, to Carol for help. You see, Mike hired Alice when Bobby was only a year old, and sometime after that, the boys' biological mother died. Alice has been practically a surrogate mother to them for most of their lives, which makes it a little strange when Mike says a couple of off-kilter lines of dialogue. He asks Alice, "Is Mrs. Brady upstairs?" Very formal instead of familial, and delineating a clear employer-employee stance. Then when the boys seem to no longer have any need for Alice, and she decides to move out, Mike says to Carol, "We can't make her stay. Abraham Lincoln put a stop to that." Probably a harmless joke for 1969, but it feels a bit out of character for Mike. There's a scene where Alice tells the kids that she's going to fly off to Seattle, and Cindy asks if she likes Adel more than them, because she's going to see Adel. Greg tries to clear it up by saying that Seattle is a place like Mississippi, to which Cindy replies, "Mrs. Who?" You see, when I was 5 years old, my family moved down here to Florida from New York, and when my dad said he was returning the U-Haul truck by going to Miami, I asked him, "Can I go to your Amy too?" Now, the Brady dad may have seemed a bit off before, but he quickly makes up for it. First, he realizes he should have raised Alice's salary to match the added work and responsibilities she has now that the family size has doubled. Then he gathers the family together to hatch an elaborate ruse that will show Alice just how much they need her. A well-planned and choreographed tornado of chaos that only Alice can solve. Even though I've seen it a dozen times, I couldn't help but gasp in surprise when Bobby gets mud all over his dad's tuxedo. But that was just the planned topper of their show for Alice's benefit. She catches on to the scheme, but also their well-meaning intentions, and decides to stay. No one would go through that much trouble to show how much they care for a valued employee, but they would for a member of the family. And that's who Alice is to the Brady Bunch. Until next time.